Hey everybody, I'm Steve Owens, Tournament Director with the Georgia Bass Nation Kayak Series. This is your 2025 championship presented by Real Heroes. We are on Lake Lanier in Cumming, Georgia. As always, one of our title sponsors that we're really grateful for this season has been Dugout Bait and Tackle. We've got the Carl Black Kennesaw Angler of the Year. Congratulations to Joseph Gayton for making it back around and winning that again. He takes home $1,000 for that. We've got prizes for second and third place that'll be given this weekend. The angler should be in attendance. We're going to be hosted out of Hammond's Fishing Center in Cumming, Georgia. So for all of you choosing to come to awards on Sunday, Hammond's parking's a little tricky, a little dicey. There's a salon up the hill, and you'll notice what I'm talking about. You can park upwards, and you can park in that salon parking lot. You can make your way over to the gas station next door to it or whatever. So it's going to be a little challenging. So whenever you get there, just kind of make sure that you park out of the way and work together and kind of pile in there. So what we're going to have for raffles this weekend, we're going to have a couple of Dobbins fishing rods, Guardian Light kit, some Hobie eyewear sunglasses, a Newport NK 180 Pro, and we're going to have a native Falcon 11-foot paddlecraft. It's a really good grab and go river kayak. You can throw it in the slop if you're fishing grass lakes and stuff like that. So we've got a lot of prizes. Obviously, we've got the Yamamoto soft plastic stuff that we carry, that we usually have with us. We've got some RoboHawk tether tools, and we've got a really, really killer broken twig landing net to give away as well. So you got to be present to win. It happens all the time. We give that motor and a kayak away, and we go through 2 or 3 people that aren't there before we draw a winner. So we'd like for you to show up and come out and everything. So your angler briefing on today, official practice would be over today at 6, and your identifier will be released there as well. I'll go ahead and give you that identifier in just a moment. The identifier can be written on anything so long that it's completely visible so that we can tell exactly what the 3 characters are. And in this series, we use letters only. So that should give it away. If you've got a 3 and you think it's an E, you're wrong. So it's you need to make your alphabet the way you need to do it. If you got to Google it, see what the characters look like, then do so, because I couldn't tell you what a cursive letter looks like nowadays. But your identifier code for day 1 is V, Victor, E, Edward, E, Edward, V, E, E. And that can be written on anything. And getting into your details for this weekend, I mentioned a lot of our good sponsors that have been a part of us. Real Heroes, we've raised money. Per entry fee, we take $1. May up that to $2 this year because we've got a really good attendance, and $1 each event per angler really doesn't impact our payouts that much. And that money that goes to the Purple Heart Heroes and Purple Heart Homes and Real Heroes goes a long way. We were able to be a part of that event on Lake Norman, and just seeing what they do for those veterans. I know you all see it some, but to be a part of it, it makes an impact on you, and you see how just a little bit can go a long way when it gets in the hands of the right people. We're back on Tourney X again. We've got Sniper Marine's been our big bass sponsor this year, which has helped make up the trophies and the checks. We got a lot more sponsors that you all help out with, but I'm going to go ahead and get you your information so that you can continue to get your rigging done and get a good night's rest and get ready to come down here to Lake Lanier. So on day 1, this is a 5 fish limit per day. So it's 10 fish for the whole weekend. Some of you that are new, you can't have 7 fish on day 1 and 3 on day 2. It's your 5 best scoreable for each day. So if you only get 3 on day 1 and you catch 5 on day 2, you're going to have 8 scoreable fish. But don't give up and don't quit, because you can win big bass. And then there's a lot of checks that get cashed in a 2-day tournament with just 8 fish. So what you're fishing for in this event, other than the really big blue catch trophies that Duke and the guys at Catch take care of us with, you're fishing for a lot of money, and you're going to be fishing the top 10% of the field make it to the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship next year, and that's going to be held on Lake Chickamauga and Nickajack. You're going to be able to choose which of the two you want to fish. You can fish them both in the same day. You can fish one day, one the next, or you can go back and forth 6 or 8 times to each one of them in a day if you want to, as long as you can do it in 8 hours. So right now at 46 anglers, we've got 4 places that are going to get that championship berth. If there's an angler already qualified through the Bassmaster Kayak Series Opens, then that spot will go to the next not qualified angler in this Georgia championship. It's a 12-inch minimum length of each fish. If you've got a 12-inch fish with a cracked mouth, that's going to be scored at an 11.5-inch fish, and that fish will be removed from your stringer. It's important that you check your stringer all day long, because we don't notify you if there's a deduction or a discrepancy in your fish. That's angler responsibility anymore. With the field sizes growing and the experience that you all have, we're not going to do that. That's up to you. So how you do that is you go to your TourneyX app and you hit Manage Catch, and you're going to see your stringer, and the green boxes will mean that it's been approved. And if you've got a 20-inch fish that you've submitted and you see that it's a 19, then that means there was a penalty of some sort, or there was an error in the judging. And so you'll need to contact us before fish submission time is complete of that day, if it's day 2 especially. So if we're working with you on getting your fish uploaded and the submission time runs out, we will continue to allow that fish to score, because we're in the process of doing our jobs with you and for you. So as I mentioned, your identifier code can be written on your hand, an index card, your measuring device itself. We use Catchboard and Yak Attack measuring boards this year in the tournament. As I mentioned, your practice will be over at 6. Your identifier will be released then on the app. Double check that, make sure it's there. So your fishing time for day 1 on Saturday, you're going to be able to launch at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can put your craft in the water and just stay in close proximity of the bank or the ramp until 7 o'clock, and then you can take off. Be mindful of rigging in the parking lots. Make sure that you're in a parking space and not blocking people's traffic. Especially don't block the ramp. Put your vessel in the water, move it out of the way as quickly as you can to secure it, and then safely move off the ramp and park and go back down and get in. PFD must be worn at all times. That counts for practice as well. Lines in is going to be 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to fish for 8 hours until 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you're going to have 1 hour until 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to upload your fish. Sunday's times, which is day 2, they're the exact same. Launch at 7 a.m., lines in at 7:15, lines out at 3:15. Last fish submission is 4:15. We're going to make it to Hammond's Fishing for your awards at 5 p.m. The earlier, the better. If we get everybody there that's in the money, we'll go ahead and start the awards. And then by then, everybody that'll be there that's wishing to participate, then we'll do the raffles after that, so that you don't miss out on it. Your launch boundaries are listed on your TourneyX information. This is open for all public ramps and access. It has to be on public property. On the Chestatee River, anglers are allowed to launch at the Lumpkin City Park and fish above or below. And then on the Chattahoochee, you're allowed to launch at the Lula Bridge and fish up above or below. No portaging in this event. You got to, if you bottom out, you got to turn around and go back. Everyone's dues are paid and caught up for now. And so when we come back to Lanier in December, you're going to have to pay dues again. I really appreciate your guys' input on the schedule. I know we had some people concerned about this and that and the other, but I mean, we're our own series, and we have to do what's best for our anglers, and we want to include everyone that we can, and we always do, and we will continue to do so. When it comes to supporting grassroots, that's the only way we have Georgia Bass Nation, Tennessee Bass Nation, any Bass Nation, is from the support of our grassroots anglers, the men and women that choose to fish everything. As clubs grow, we don't mind whatsoever to reassess things that we do to help impact them in a positive manner. We're going with 8 events again this year. Our attendance was really good. Like with any schedule, you've got a few events where the attendance is kind of light. But we're Daniel and I are looking to revamp some things, going to try some stuff in Angler of the Year. to see how that works out. But we've got to get some more sponsor support to make those things happen. We would love to do an hourly big bass for everybody, a cash prize for that. So if you've got anybody in mind that would want to sponsor and let us advertise and promote for them, please have them reach out to us. So your safety for this event, as I mentioned, the PFD must be worn at all times. You're supposed to have a Coast Guard whistle. If you have a motor and you're launching before safe light, you have to have the red and green navigation light as well as a white 360 light. If you don't have a motor and you're launching before safe light, you have to have a white 360 light. If you don't have any lights at all, then you need to stay on the boat ramp until 7:15-ish is good and safe light. Then you can take off. And so when it comes to your fish, you got to have the mouth closed, touching the bump board, hand not under the gill plate. There's going to be times when a little bit of your finger can get under the gill plate. The spirit of that rule is for you to not just have your fingers jammed in there to hold that fish still. The eye needs to be uncovered. Be mindful if your hand gets really close. We give you a red graphic to say your hand is not supposed to be in that area. If you encroach in that area a little bit, we're going to give you a warning. If you cover the eye in any kind of way, then it's probably going to be disqualified because we have to be able to tell if that fish is alive. If you've got a damaged eye, then I need you to take a picture of your fish to upload and then record a video of that fish on the board and then you letting it release and swim away. You can pinch the tail to get length, but you're going to need to move your hand back to where I can see the lobe of that tail where it's touching. If it's obstructed to where I can't read or tell that that's the fish, then that fish is probably going to be disqualified as well. Be mindful if you have your catch board or Yak Attack leaderboard and you have your identifier on the board and it's at the tail end of your fish, don't cover up your numbers because there's times when that happens and we can't tell how long your fish is, and that fish will be removed from your stringer as well. It needs to be facing oriented to the left, touching the bump board, mouth closed. Mouth is cracked. There'll be a 1/2 inch deduction. No attempt to close the mouth will be a full 1 inch penalty, or we may not allow the fish at all. So be mindful of your picture before you let your fish go. Again, as I mentioned over and over and over, you need to check your stringer throughout the day on your managed catch function. Be mindful of your own experience when you're on the water. If you're in an area and it gets windy, the water gets rough, don't risk it. Get out of the way. Use the buddy system. Let one another know. If you're fishing by yourself, you let me know where you're launching. We don't require you to check in and out, but it is important that someone knows where you're launching from and where you plan on returning. If you don't want to give that up, like I said, you can let me know and I'll put it on a piece of paper. And if we don't hear from you or someone from your family reports that you haven't returned, then that gives us a starting point to look at if we need to come and help you and find you. First thing you have to do if something comes up is call 911 if you're in fear for your safety in any kind of manner, whether that's wind and you flipped or something like that and you get secure. If there's boats or sea-doos, someone like that harassing you, call the authorities first thing and have them come. We've had a great season. We really appreciate you all coming out and supporting us. We're looking at what to do next year, any kind of changes or tweaks. I really don't think we need much. As you guys see, some of the schedule is getting a little more crammed, and it's because we're moving the Bassmaster Kayak Series Championship to October. And so that means we have to slide the nation championships up. So if that means we need to cut a few events out so that it's not so cluttered and it doesn't affect attendance, then that's okay. We'll do that too. But we're going to need a year to kind of get that information and see how it works out. So appreciate all of you for what you do for us. You make it, really easy to do. Essentially, all we have to do is judge fish because you all know the rules. You pay attention to your own safety, and you make our jobs easy. So again, we want to thank, Dugout Bait and Tackle, Hammond's Fishing Center, Sniper Marine, Real Heroes, Boondocks, Carl Black Chevrolet, Kennesaw, Turney X, One Objective, Dobbins, Yamamoto, Guardian Lighting, Broken Twig Landing Nets, Precision Hardwood LLC. That's my son's hardwood flooring company. He does vinyl, LVP, tile, carpet. We're actually down here in Jasper, Georgia, working this week, which is a good bit of ways from where I live. But, if it's 2 or 3 hours, they make the drive. He's stationed out of Chattanooga. Ringgold, Georgia exit. If you all know where the Bass Pro Shop is in Chattanooga, that's the hub basically where he lives and where he operates out of. So not scared to make a drive. We appreciate all the business. We actually have gotten some business from you all here at Georgia Bass Nation, which is it's really a blessing. So God bless you all. We really appreciate you. We care about all of you, care about what you do. And this has been a lot of fun the last 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this. And so we're going to continue to grow it. And so what have we had? We have Jason Alford won a championship. We had Joshua Deal go back to back. And then last year we had Josh Counts win a championship on Hartwell. So we're going to see what's going to happen this year on Lake Lanier. So appreciate all of you. If you got any questions, reach out to me. You're going to get a notification tomorrow of what the day 2 identifier code is. So you all be safe, and I'll catch up with you in just a little bit. If you got any questions, always call me. Shoot me a text if you don't have good signal, and I'll reach out to you. But be safe, be mindful of yourself and your experience, and watch out for one another. The best thing you can do is to communicate with someone if you see them doing something. They may not be cheating. It could just be a rules infraction. And so don't be scared to communicate with those people, because I know everyone that fishes the series, and they're all good people. So help police one another. You can help, one another educate the process and things that you need to do on the water. So y'all take care. See you in a little bit. Y'all go catch 100 inches tomorrow. See you.
What matters to you? Commitment, dedication, precision, connection. Catching fish? Good. That matters to us too.